at random. If all candidates are correct, all candidates are up for elimination. The last candidate remaining wins a 50-penny bonus. Good luck. Question number 1.
Evening everyone, still struggling with health stuff so not
10
joining
seconds.
in but wanted to pop in and say hello.
5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. Puzzle Eden has been destroyed. Question number 2. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Calibrated vision has been eliminated. They will be missed. Question number 3. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. I regret that you have been obliterated, Oni 91_573. Question number 4. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. Dragon 7398 just lost £136 in 1 second. Congratulations. Question number 5. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. Goodbye, Brand Newello. It's nothing personal. Question number 6. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. It turns out safety mode was disengaged, INISC. What a shame.
What a shame.
Question number 7. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. Fluid Fernando, you have been reduced to atoms. Please enjoy the experience. Question number 8. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. You have made a terrible mess, PR00GS. We will be sending you the cleaning bill. Question number 9. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. The ceiling is blue, the lasers are red. Goodbye to BC 2014, for now you are dead. Question number 10. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Mark_E54 you have sampled our experimental weight loss program. Please provide feedback on the appropriate form. Question number 11. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. A moment's silence for Thulupinine. Thank you for the respectful moment of silence. Congratulations to Topper 1 Gaming, you have survived the process and are awarded 50 bonus pennies. You are also still alive, which must be something of a relief. Until next time, thank you for playing Crossfire. Goodbye.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening and welcome to Game Night this Thursday evening, Thursday the big hands over the date so I can't actually see, of September 15th? Thursday the 15th of September. Very well done to Topper coming out on top in Crossfire just now. Very many thanks to A Minky as well. Message from our sponsor Puzzle Dan.
From lasers to purging, then a danger zone. Sometimes I wonder how we don't get picked up by health and safety issues.
So many health and safety issues. Thank you very much for the 100 bits there, Puzzle Dan. Great many thanks to 8Minky for a lovely question pack there. Took great pleasure in proofing that earlier on. Thank you to the anonymous cheerer for the 69 bits. It doesn't trigger the TTS, but thank you all the same to you. Great deal of pleasure in proofing that earlier on. It was lovely stuff. And anonymous cheerer, welcome to the stream as well. Shadow will respond to that in suggestions in a bit. But good evening to you all. Hope you are keeping well. It is time for the Purge, as written this evening by Arun Aromatics, who sends his regards and has sent me a prediction as to where he thinks the breakpoints will be. He's unfortunately unable to be with us tonight, but he said he'll catch up on the VOD. So, remember, anytime entry is active on this game, but only up insofar as it's the sort of behind-the-scenes game. A background game, as it were. Yes, just be aware of that. If you don't join in this lobby, you can't take part in the game with your picture on the screen, but you can still earn pennies. Likewise, you can still do the same after you've been eliminated, just on the multiple choice questions. So that's good. Good evening to Prugs, Mr. Vertigo and Oni and Vision, Mark and 8Minky, Claire and Andrew Ramsey and Puzzle Dan. Good evening to Colo and Lupine and BC and Dragon and Natter and G Eisens, Score and to AB Me and Shadowmane. Hello to Brand New Halo and Fluid Fernando and to Madam Shenanigans. Odd Garrett, thank you very much for that raid as well earlier on. New people coming in, Madam Shenanigans, Dat Juicy Lee from Potamus, I think that's how you say it. Welcome to you. Odgara, Owl Cozy, Topper One, and Innis, and it's Sotley, and Anonymous Cheerer, and Pyro Pygmy, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for what promises to be a very scary game night tonight. Okay, that issue that's arising in suggestions I'll look at in a bit. I think, and that's what I'm thinking, it might be a number letter problem, but we'll have a look at that in a bit. So this pack has been written by Arun and proofed by Lewis, so I haven't actually seen these questions in advance. Kursukan, welcome to the stream, hope you're well. But yes, some Purge action to look forward to. So yeah, there's a behind the scenes game. DangerZone, which is coming up a bit later on, delayed from last week, is still in the situation where I can't have any time entry at the moment for clever programmatic reasons. And by clever programmatic reasons, I mean I can't make it work. Despite a reasonable amount of effort a few weeks ago, I've just not been able to figure out exactly how it just breaks things. So, and speaking of breaking things, yeah, sorry about the random OBS crash. Fortunately, the game kept going, so it would have kept pumping questions into the chat, but I thought, well, I'll just pause it and reload. I had a Windows update last night, so it sort of reset all my sound settings. So if I'm sounding weird, or if the audio isn't quite what you're expecting, that will be why. That is my last coil, which means I'm going to need to order some more. I need to prime it first. So we will lock the lobby once I have primed this new coil. I should probably get some tissue for this. I'm going to use this letter from so I'll use that letter from Sims Williams as a cover. Our estate agents telling us, goodness me, that we've agreed to sell the flat for 140,000, which didn't actually end up happening. Probably just as well, to be honest, because that would have been unseemingly cheap. Anonymous, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the property discussion tonight, suffice to say, it's been an adventure. Hope you're well, Anonymous. Welcome to the stream. We've got 28 players in so far. Room for a couple more. I'm probably about a minute away from finishing this, so if you want to come and join the game, now is your opportunity. It's my pipe coil, Prugs. Nothing remotely as exciting as that. Yeah, vape. They have a little sort of mesh coil to burn the liquid which produces the vapor and gives you the hit that we also need. That's what that was all about. Night of Danger this evening with Crossfire, the Purge, and later on, DangerZone. Lots to look forward to. I hope you're all ready to play. Give that a few minutes just to settle in. I think we're ready. We've got 28 players. Anyone else who wants to come and join, you will be able to join the behind the scenes game. Oops, wrong window, which looks like that. But I won't show you that until the end. You'll just have to take my word for it that it is adding on your points, and those are the pennies that you'll be awarded at the end of the day. David, welcome to the stream, just in the nick of time. Welcome on in. Say hello now. Welcome to you, welcome, just in time. 29 players in to play the Purge. It's a runs pack. We're going to have a lot of fun with this tonight, I am sure. Let's lock you in. Oof, just literally, my finger is up like that, ready to come down on the button. Jers, welcome to the game. Let's say you can still join the behind the scenes game, but you won't need the lobby code. Just answer the questions by whispering to the bot. 30 players, nice round number, good for percentages. Let's play. So, you can join the game anytime just by whispering your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot, but probably not on this one. This is a tiebreaker question. We start with the tiebreaker in case we need it towards the end of the game. This is the second tiebreak metric, I suppose, the first one being your high score. But the answer to this question will be a number, and I now need to check something. It's fine, it's stripped it out. Because there was a comma on the spreadsheet. I was just wondering if it had stripped it out, but it has, which is good. Yes, so tiebreaker question. The answer will be a number. However far you are from that number will be your tiebreaker score. You want to get the lowest score possible to get the best chance in the tiebreak. If you don't answer, you'll be given int.max, or max.int, whatever it is, which is about 40 quadrillion or something ridiculous like that. So, whoa, okay, that was an interesting piece of tearing. I'm not going to say. That's up for you to decide, Mark. Tearing on that screen over there. I wonder if anyone else got that. Anyway, here's a tiebreaker question. Whispering to the bot. No commas, punctuations, or full stops or anything like that. Just the number. Here is the tiebreaker question. At the time of writing, how many pictures and videos did Arun Aromatics have in the camera roll of his smartphone? And I think that's answers from everybody. Tiebreakers set. 2,076. 80 videos, 44 selfies, 291 screenshots, and the rest are photographs. 7 of these are Robert Kilroy Silk. That's good to know. Good to know. Right. There's your tiebreaker set. We may or may not need to come back to it, but we are going to start the main body of the game with question number 1. A or B is what you need to move up to long.max. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, Bash. Welcome to the stream, dude. Question number 1 is going to be A or B. I can't remember if 1 or 2 is accepted. You might want to experiment with it, but 50% is the breakpoint. If more than 50% of you are wrong, then we will go to a Purge question. If not, we go to the next question and we drop the breakpoint by 10%. Anyone who is wrong immediately before a Purge will be put into that Purge where you must answer a full question in order to survive. Good luck then. Question number 1, breakpoint is 50%. Options are: Jamie's not Italian. Jamie's Italian. Which of these facts about Jamie Oliver is true? A little bit of double think going on there. Remember, it is always worth attempting an answer, even if you've no idea. Multiple choice, an abstention will be treated as wrong, so make sure you do always attempt an answer. The correct answer is A. Jamie's not Italian. He is, in fact, from Essex. British, yes, Essex, which is in Britain. 50% is the breakpoint. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. 13% were incorrect there. That's made up of 1 abstention and 3 incorrect answers. 13% is enough to survive. Everyone just joined the shadow game. Yes. Ha! That's a thing. Yes, because the... No, okay, so that I should probably make it not ping everyone, but because the shadow game essentially runs as an entirely separate game, it does ping you, so that's mainly for people who haven't joined the game. But I should probably, someone could note that I need to make it not ping you back like that if you're already in the game. So, we survived that question. We go on to question number 2. Breakpoint drops to 40%. Not necessarily. You've joined the game, doesn't necessarily mean you were right. Let's go on to question number 2. Options are 3 question marks, 3 full stops. In punctuation, an ellipsis consists of which of these? There's an answer from everybody. Time. Correct answer was... It's 3 full stops. It's a ... at the end to signify that something is carrying on. Thank you for the reminder there, Nata, in suggestions. Very much obliged. 40% is a breakpoint. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. That's what we like to see. 100% of players were correct. All 30 of you give me 3 full stops. Let's move on. With the ... after each time. Yeah, possibly. Could well be if you know what an ellipsis is. On we go. Question number 3. 2 options. Still breakpoint. It's 30%. Take a look at this. Options are My Chemical Romance, The Chemical Brothers. Which of these music acts had more members in its original lineup? Time. Correct answer. It was My Chemical Romance. And yes, David, of course. I'm gonna go. See what you've done there? You made me play a thing. When I don't know if it's in that key, that feels very high. Who had it on the sweepstake? 827. Drink. My Chemical Romance was the correct answer. Originally 5 members of My Chemical Romance and 2 Chemical Brothers. And a follow from Scooter702. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. Thank you very much for that follow. And welcome on in. James Crossfire, welcome to the stream as well. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Yeah, I agree with those sentiments, James Crossbell, and that song. 13% of you were incorrect. 4 going for the Chemical Brothers, no abstentions, which is good to see. 26 of you, though, getting the right answer. Nicely done. Let's go on. Question number 4. Still 2 options. Still dropping the breakpoint by 10%. We're now down to 20. 2 options here. Remember, after 5 questions, they will go up to 3. Question number 4 for now, though. Options are the one from InfoWars, the one from The One Show. Which of these people named Alex Jones was born first? Time. I mean, I know what I'd guess here. The correct answer is A, the one from InfoWars, but they are surprisingly closer together than I would have thought. So the one from The One Show was born in 1977, making them 45 or 45 this year. The Alex Jones from InfoWars was born in 1974, making him 48. I would have put him at a lot older than that. But it's turning the freaking frogs gay. Yeah, deeply unpleasant individual, but hey, he's entitled to his opinions, I suppose. Breakpoint is 20%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. We're halfway there. Check no signs of slowing, and there we go, we're busted through. 27% of you were wrong. No abstentions there. 8 of you going for the one from The One Show. 27% is more than that 20% breakpoint that we needed, which means after this purge, the breakpoint will be reset to what it started at, plus 10, taking it up to 60%. One more question with 2 options, but before that, 8 of you have got to fight for your life with a full answer required and 20 seconds with which to provide it on the first purge question. If you were wrong there, you're in this purge. Let's find out who is in. Shadowbane, Ramsey, Dragon, Fluid Fernando, Puzzle Dan, G Isons, Pirate Pygmy, and True Anonyman. Full answer required here. Good luck to you all. 20 seconds in which to provide it. Good luck. Here is the first purge question. In geometry, what name is given to an angle that measures between 90 and 180 degrees? Clock is on. I still need to put a note in the chat to let you know about that, because there might be people answering early. Fortunately, everyone has got an answer. We'll just wait for that clock to run down. My spaniel's putting himself where the laundry basket normally is. Bless him. There's time. In geometry, what name is given to an angle that measures between 90 and 180 degrees? The correct answer is obtuse. Acute is less than 90 degrees, I'm afraid, Puzzle Dan and Shadowmane. That is a wrong answer at the wrong time. Acute is 0 to 90 and reflex is above 180. Straight line is exactly 180 and a circle is 360. Well done. If you did survive that, you'll come right back into the game, but unfortunately, Puzzle Dan and Shadowmane, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you have been purged. Tadaru, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. 28 players remain. We lose 2 and the game continues. Last question where there are 2 options. 60% is the break point now. We reset to 50 and add on 10. No, Shadow Plays don't earn pennies for getting Purge questions. It's just the multiple choice ones in the Shadow game, not the final, not the Purge questions. I mean, you can answer them if you like, but there won't be any reward for it, and you won't see until the end anyhow. So you have to take my word for it that it's working. 2 options then. 60% the break point for 28 remaining players. If you are eliminated, you can still answer and earn yourself some pennies. Question number 5, options are Emmanuel Macron, Donald Trump. Which of these people became their country's head of state first? Time. Tricky one. Tricky. Let's have a look. The correct answer was... It was Donald Trump who became president of the USA 400 years ago. That's what it felt like at the time. Anyway, Macron became president in May 2017. Trump became president in January 2017. And Arun has edited this with hashtag no politics at the end. I'm not going to get into politics. Not going to do it. We're going to just go... Order! And we're going to find out how many people got it wrong. Breakpoint is 60%. Let's take a look. Start the meter. We're still climbing. More than half of you are wrong. We're slowing down. We're approaching the breakpoint. Oh! Wow! Yeah, if we could keep the speaker's order generally means let's stop this conversation now. So yeah, no politics. It has been requested by the writer as well. We've busted through 2 questions in a row. We are going to a purge. No abstentions there, but only 9 giving me the correct answer. Beat Donald Trump. 19 players went for Emmanuel Macron, who didn't become president until May 2017. So, we are going to be having another purge. Immediately after the first purge, it's time for the second purge, and a lot more people in this one. 19 players. Let's have a look and see who is in purge number 2. Vision 2, Mr. Vertigo, Lupine, Ramsey, Dragon, Odd Garrett, James Crosbell, It's Sotley, Mark, Andrew, Fluid Fernando, Brand New Halo, Colo, Jers, Curse 2, Pimparo, Pygmy G License, and 8 Minky. Topper, AB Me, Only Proves, Innis, Anonyman, David, Claire, and Natty. You can sit this one out. But everybody else, you must give me a full correct answer within 20 seconds. And wait for the clock to start. I will say when the clock has started before answering. Good luck to you all. Here is the second purge question. Rebecca Black had an infamous hit in 2011 with a song titled For Which Day of the Week? Clock is on. 10 seconds. And there's an answer from everybody. Rebecca Black had an infamous hit in 2011 with a song titled For Which Day of the Week? She was on an episode of Is It Cake? Actually, I was surprised to see her, actually. She was like, oh, are you still a thing? And then they sort of got semi-celebrities on, as far as I was aware. I didn't recognise many of them. But yeah, Rebecca Black, she was on Is It Cake? Is it in B major? Yeah, there we go. Which seat should I take? It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Oh, gorgeous. It's a sea of green. Everyone's getting it right. Yeah, Friday. I remember Charlie Brooker describing it as the first song in history with less than 1 note. Yeah, it was cracker. I mean, it was It was an incredibly annoying song, but it was in a sort of pre-Twitter age. The sort of internet bullying that happened was probably one of the first of its kind, and it was pretty grotesque, even by my 20-something-year-old standards. I sort of look on it and thinking, yeah, this doesn't feel good. Actually, it was like 13 at the time. It was just appalling. It doesn't forgive the song, which was bad, but you know, I'm all for judge the art, not the artist, and also just generally not being shit to people. Anyway, glad to see that sorry, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Glad to see that everybody got it right. It was Friday. Let's go back to the game. Question number 6. We increased the options up to 3. Is now A, B, or C. There are potentially 3 Purge questions. Remember, this game goes on until we have 5 Purge questions, 20 main game questions, or there are 5 or few players left, whichever happens first. Breakpoint is now 70%. Take a look at these options. Has any quizzer ever sat in a car and been kicking in the front seat? I think probably not. Just a piece of trivia on Friday for you there. Question 6. Options are Northern Ireland, England, Scotland. Where in the UK would Beric Livingston be if he were visiting the town of Berwick upon Tweed? Time. Correct answer is he'd be in England, not to be confused with North Berwick, which is in Scotland. Berwick upon Tweed, I think, plays in the Scottish League. Bears it to his friends. Yes, that's right. Plays in the Scottish League, but they are technically in England. And there was a weird quirk of law about it, in that when we declared war at the start of the Second World War, Berwick wasn't included. And so when they signed the treaty at the end of the war, technically Berwick was still at war with Russia until like the 1980s or something ridiculous. It's the only thing I know about Berwick upon Tweed. 70% is the breakpoint. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Going to Ben Half remembers Faction Q High. Yeah, that's quite right. Start the meter. %40% and climbing. Okay, we're stopping at 46%. 2 abstentions there. 11 going for Scotland. No one going for Northern Ireland. Just over half, 15 players going for England. Very well done. The Hive Mind have saved everybody. Let's go on to the next question. Question 7. Breakpoint drops to 60%. 3 options, and they are Mr. Perfect, Mr. Jump, Mr. Strong. Which of these is not the name of one of the Mr. Men created by Roger Hargreaves? Time. Correct answer. Mr. Jump. There is a Mr. Bounce, which I want to say is number 22. Weird things one remembers from childhood. Mr. Bounce being... Someone might be able to fact check that. Yeah, so the Bump, which I want to say is 4. Mr. Bounce, I think, is 22. Mr. Strong, 18-ish. Mr. Perfect, 30-something. Yeah, there's a Mr. Bounce, but not a Mr. Jump. Breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. There they are. They've got a number on the side, Proogs. They definitely have, because the first one was Mr. Tickle. Stopping at 29% there. Nicely done. 20 players, 71% getting the right answer. 6 going for Mr. Perfect, 1 for Mr. Strong, and 1 abstention. Nicely done. Let's reset the meter. Oh, not the men themselves. No, I was thinking of the books, but I suppose it was bigger than the books, wasn't it? Question number 8. 3 options. Breakpoint is 50%. Have a look at this. Options are 27 million, 36 million, 18 million. How many bicycle wheels are there in Beijing, according to the title of a Katie Melua song? Time. I think the only Katie Melua song I know is I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker with Flowers in My Hair. 77 and 69 a revolution. I don't know if it's the same song. Not to be confused with 99 in Luftprints. Oh, that's Sandy Tom. My bad. Who's Katie Melua then? Yeah, okay. Misremembering stuff from when I was doing my master's degree a million years ago. Correct answer for what it's worth is 18 million. 9 million bicycles will contain 18 million wheels. Apparently there are 9 million bicycles. Oh, it's that one. the closest thing to crazy I have ever seen. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember it being very depressing. Yeah, 9 million bicycles apparently. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Should we go one at a time? Wouldn't that be fun? How many people abstained? Oh, is that a different Katie May? Okay, fair enough. I'm not doing well tonight. 2 abstentions there, accounting for 7%. How many people said A, 27 million? 3, 11%. We are up to 18%, all but. How many people said B, 36 million? Oh, look at that. Woo-hoo. 8 people went for 36 million, accounting for 29%. That was quite scary. And 15 of you getting the right answer, just over half, 54% going for 18 million. And very well done. You have saved everybody else who got that one wrong. Nicely done. Let's go on to the next question. Question number 9. 3 options still available. Still potentially 3 purges we could get through. 40% is now the break point. Have a look at this. See how you get on. Options are Emmerdale, Doctors, Hollyoaks. Which TV soap is set in the fictional town of Leatherbridge? Time. The only thing I know about this is the BBC announcer. There's a YouTube video called BBC Announcer Gets It Deeply Wrong. Which I thought was just a funny turn of phrase. So this will tell you the answer.
Melody makes a splash in the Leatherbridge papers next here. It's Doctors on BBC One.
Yes, it is indeed Doctors on BBC One. Leatherbridge papers. I think it's just one of those things, once you get your tongue tied around that word, it's difficult to get back into it. But the answer is B, Doctors. Breakpoint is 40%. If you gave me the right answer, then you could save everyone. If you gave me a wrong answer, then you could be going into a purge. Let's find out. Start the meter. Halfway to the breakpoint and climbing. We're stopping at 29%. 20 players going for Doctors, 6 for Hollyoaks, 2 for Emmerdale. No abstentions there, which at least is nice to see. We survive. Another question. We go to question number 10. This is the last one where there are 3 options. After this, no matter what happens, we will increase to 4 options. Breakpoint drops to 30%. 30% required. To, if 30% or more rather, get it wrong, then we will be going into purge number 3. Good luck. Options are Ganymede, Neptune, Mercury. Which of these objects in our solar system is smaller than Titan? Time. Titan, of course, being one of the moons, or the largest moon of Saturn. The correct answer is Mercury. I haven't got any extra trivia for it, but yes, Mercury, which Neptune is one of the gas giants, so that's quite big. Ganymede is one of the moons of Jupiter, and Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. That is a fun fact that I didn't know. Yes, and incidentally, Arun is not 100% convinced people still watch Doctors. Still, it's something to kill time before Unbeatable starts. Good point. The answer was C, Mercury. The breakpoint is 30%. Let's find out how many of you got that one wrong. Start the meter. Getting close. Woohoo! Blimey! You were within 1.5%. One more wrong answer would have tipped you over the edge, but that's one of the closest I've seen. 28.57, 30 required. One of the 20 of you who got Mercury right, to the 6 who gave Ganymede, the 2 who gave Neptune, you have been saved from the purge by the correct majority. Let's go on to the next question. And indeed, 4 answers now as we get to question number 11, A, B, C or D. The difficulty ticks up, as do the options that you have. Breakpoint continues to drop, now down to 20%. Let's see how you get on with this. Options are Glenn Miller, Dave Brubeck, John Coltrane, Dizzy Gillespie. Giant Steps is a piece of music most closely associated with which jazz musician? Time. I know that's the lick, which I always thought was Giant Steps, just purely because of Ash's Buzz Off Buzzer, which was a sort of hybrid of the lick and Giant Steps. But I couldn't hum Giant Steps to you. But it's something like that. Sorry, mate. I'm covered in. Shame. My bad. Bring back the Giant Steps lick. I'm not a jazzer. Ash's skin is crawling at the moment when I try to talk about jazz. He's very much a classical musician. As soon as I try to talk about jazz, it gets ugly in a hurry. The correct answer, for what it's worth, is C, John Coltrane. John Coltrane is what we wanted. So someone send me the notes for Giant Steps and I'll work it out. Or maybe I won't. Yeah. Anyway, breakpoint is 20%. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Hello, Shapes. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. Had to happen. 50% of you were wrong. And we're going to Purge number 3. Been a while. No, I can't work it out. Maybe I don't know Giant Steps as well as I thought I did. Yeah, it had to happen eventually. After having 2 in a row, we've avoided them for about 5 6 questions here. But we have now got another Purge number 3. Well done to the 50%, 14 players who got that one right, but with the 1 abstention, 5 for Dizzy Gillespie, 5 for Brubeck, and 3 for Miller. I'm afraid if you were one of those people, you are going into Purge number 3, and you are Topper, AB Me, Oni, Mr. Vertigo, Dragon, Colo, Brand New Halo, Pruse, Andrew, James, Garrett, Pygmy, Natter, and David. If you are Jers, Anonyman, Curse Toucan, Claire G, Eisens, 8-Bit, Sotley, Mark, Fernando, Innes, Ramsey, Lupine, Toot, or Vision, you can sit back and relax just for a second as we have our third Purge question right here. Full answer is required, 20 seconds to get it in. I will let you know in the chat when the clock is on. Good luck. Here is the third Purge question. Of the 2 countries of the world that are double landlocked, which one is larger in area? James, you're out of time. Oh, there's only 2 doubly landlocked countries in the world. One of them is bigger than the other one. The correct answer, and I feel there could be a lot of here. Correct answer was Uzbekistan. Oh my goodness gracious me. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country, but it's not doubly landlocked. Kazakhstan, China by Liechtenstein. Brand New Halo, that's the other one. The other country that's doubly landlocked is Liechtenstein, but it is not the biggest. Vatican City is only singly landlocked. Russia, no answer from James, not a clue. Nepal, Lesotho, and Kazakhstan. More like Uzbekistan. Very amusing. 14 people went into that Purge, but only 2 have escaped, which means we're down to 16 players, nearly half what we started with. If you have been eliminated, do continue to play in the Shadow game, but unfortunately, Topper, AB Me, Mr. Vertigo, Dragon, Brand New Halo, Prugs, Andrew, James, Garrett, Pyro Pygmy, Natter, and David, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you have been purged. 3 purges down, potentially another 2 to go as we approach question number 12. Still 4 options available. We reset the breakpoint up to 80%, and we still have 8-Bit, Sotley, G, Ivesons, Mark, Vision, Oni, Toot, Claire, Fernando, Curse Toucan, Innis, Lupine, Anonyman, Ramsey, Jers, and Colo battling it out. Question number 12, 80% the breakpoint, and your options are 6, 8, 0, 4. How many more pieces does a player start with in a game of chess than in a game of drafts? That's such a good question. Time. So I'm counting 14 draftsmen, but I'm probably wrong because that's 2 isn't an option. It's definitely 16 chessmen. Apparently 12 drafts pieces according to my trivia here. 16 chessmen and 12 draftsmen, which means the correct answer is D4. Oh, I love that question. That might be one of my favourite questions. I love that to bits. 4 was sorry. I'm just going to allow myself a moment with that question and how much I enjoyed it. 4 was the correct answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. 31% of you. We survived. 1 abstention, 3 for 0, 1 for 8, and none for 6. Nicely done to the 69%. Very nice. 11 players who gave you the answer 4. We save everybody and we move on to question 13. Breakpoint drops to 70%. Still 4 options available. Have a look at this. Marilyn Monroe, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Elizabeth Taylor, Madonna. The police officer James Dougherty, or Dougherty, was the first husband of which of these people? Time. James, I think it's Dougherty. Is it Dougherty? Dougherty is spelled D-O-H. I had my year 6 teacher, my 6th grade teacher was called Mr. We called him Mr. Dougherty, and he never occurred to him to correct us. But it was spelled D-O-H-E-R-T-Y, and I'm assured that is now pronounced Dougherty, and we were just saying it wrong. But he insisted it was Mr. Dougherty, so I don't know. Anyway, breakpoint 70%. The correct answer is Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe famously then went on to marry Richard Burton and somebody else famous who I now can't remember. I know Richard Burton was one of them. Who was the other one? But yeah, she famously married a police officer first. Oh, but it was Liz Taylor. Oh, Joe DiMaggio, Arthur Miller. That's the one. I'm getting my Monroes and my Taylors mixed up. Yes, Liz, of course, Elizabeth Taylor. She's up there. Stereo, that's what it is. Married Richard Burton, Arthur Miller, and Joe DiMaggio. Yes, was he a baseball player, Joe DiMaggio? And Arthur Miller was the playwright who wrote The Crucible, I think. Anyway, me waxing lyrical about things that I can half remember. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Where have you gone, Joe? Exactly half. Best player about snooker. Nice shapes. Very nice. 50% of you were wrong. 2 going for Madonna, 3 for Liz Taylor, 3 for Zsa Zsa Gabor, no abstentions, 8 going for Marilyn Monroe with 16 players. That is exactly half of you. So every player is now counting for a good hefty chunk of percentage here. 6.5% per player. So an abstention could be a very, very powerful move towards getting yourself into a purge. But you do survive. 50% of you right. Let's go on. Where have you gone? Love Simon and Garfunkel. They're really, really good. On we go. Question number 14. Breakpoint drops to 60% now. Have a look at this. Options are Tabla, Zsa Zsa Binks, Gyro, Djembe, Halusi. Which of the following is not a percussion instrument? Time. Without looking up at the answers, I can tell you a djembe is definitely a drum. It's what everyone seems to call a bongo. No, Simon and Garfunkel are absolutely not overrated. What did the bot call you? Is the bot calling you names, 8Minky? What happened? All answers appeared. Oh yeah, which of the okay, is the bot being rude, Abe? I must have missed something there. Call me a Halusi. I think it's Gyro. I don't know why. I have a feeling Gyro is a stringed instrument. Let's find out. No, I'm wrong. A Halusi is an Asian wind instrument, apparently. A Gyro, a tabla, and a djembe are indeed all percussionists. With Djembe, I knew was a drum. Tabla and Guairo obviously wasn't sure about there. But I wonder if you knew better than me. 60% is the breakpoint. Start the meter. Oh, you certainly do. 31% of you were incorrect. Again, no abstentions there. 1 going for Djembe, none of you for Tabla, 4 going for Guairo, thinking along my lines, and again, a very nice 69%. 11 of you getting the correct answer. Hulusi. Very nice indeed. On we go. Question number 15. Breakpoint back to what it started on. 50%. And the last question where there are 4 options. Still potentially 2 more Purge questions to see before the end of the game, but we could exhaust this pack before we do. Let's see what happens with question number 15. Options are: Friends, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Judge Judy, The Oprah Winfrey Show. Which of these shows was first broadcast in the US in the 1980s? Time. Tricky one here. Tricky little one. There's certainly 2 I can immediately discount, probably 3. I would probably go for D as a punt, and I'll be right. Indeed so. Friends first aired in 1994, Fresh Prince 1990. Wow, as early as that. Judge Judy first broadcast in 1996, and The Oprah Winfrey Show first broadcast in 1986. The breakpoint is 50%. This is the last question with 4 options. Let's see how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Solid play. 18.75% were incorrect. Just 3 people going for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was the other one that I had sort of had it down to. 81% going for Oprah Winfrey. Very, very well played there. Let's go on to the next question. 5 options, A, B, C, D, or E, now available. The breakpoint drops to 40%. We have got 2 purges in the bag, but let's see how we get on with this next one, because the game also ends if we end up with 5 or fewer players. We do jump straight to the final purge. So let's see how we get on with question 16. Options are: Naomi, Ruth, Sarah, Esther, Rachel. Which of these people appears in the Old Testament the earliest? Time. So I'm trying to think of my Bible knowledge here. Sarah, the wife of Abraham and the mother of Rachel. So Sarah definitely came before Rachel. Ruth, I think, was quite a bit later. Esther was she Samson era? Which is certainly after Genesis. Pretty sure Sarah is Genesis. Naomi, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Sarah, though. Ah, look at that. Oh, here we go. Sarah and Rachel both appear in Genesis. Yes, Sarah is the mother of Rachel, I'm pretty sure. But Sarah, who's Abraham's wife, appears before Rachel, who is Jacob's wife. Ah, so Sarah, not necessarily Rachel's mother, but I know Abraham was the father of Isaac, who was the father of Jacob, and Jacob's wife was Rachel, so there was some lineage there. Abraham's wife, yes, Sarah, Abraham's wife. Good. Oh, I can continue going to church. I'm not going to be kicked out. I'm not going to be fired for not knowing my Old Testament. Mind you, a lot of the Old Testament is a bit weird. So some of the lessons you get on a Sunday morning, it's oh, this is quite challenging. Anyway, 40% is the break point. The answer is C. Let's see how many of you are wrong. Start the meter. We're at 30%. We're within 10%. We are slowing down. Over there. Oh, from 69% right, we've inverted to 69% incorrect. And we have triggered purge number 4. 69% of you wrong there. Just 5 players going for Sarah, so we could be shortcutting to the final purge if everyone in this purge gets it wrong. No one go for Naomi. 6 for Ruth, 3 for Esther, 2 for Rachel. No abstentions. Well done to the 5 players who's got that question right. You can take a breather for a minute, but for everyone else, it's time for purge number 4. Vision, Oni, Lupine, Ramsey, Fernando, Itzotli, Ape, G-Eisens, Claire, Kurstuken, and Anonyman. You are all in purge number 4. Toot, Colo, Innes, Jers, and Mark do sit this one out. Could be a fast track to the final. If everyone gets this one wrong, we will have to wait and see. Good luck to you all. 20 seconds, full answer required. Here is the 4th purge question. Which word used in the title of a James Dean film is repeated to give the name of a 1974 David Bowie single? Which word used in the title of a James Dean film, is repeated to give the name of a 1974 David Bowie single. And there's time. Do you know? Do you know your Bowie? Do you know your James Dean films? Pretty sure. Pretty sure it's that one. It's Rebel. Rebel, Rebel. It's Rebel without a cause. And Rebel, Rebel. Apparently Rebel Wilson has no connection to either of those. Rebel, rebel, you tie a dress. It's actually a line from it. I only know the word rebel, rebel. Rebel, rebel. Yeah. Is it just 2 chords all the way through? Just oscillate between the 4th and the 5th, or the 4, 9 and 5. Money and changes, both wrong answers there from Ramsey Fox and G. Isons respectively. Unfortunately, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and it does mean, I'm afraid, you have been purged. So, 4 questions in the main game, 1 purge question left, 14 players still in live play. This has the makings of a perfect purge pack. The perfect purge pack, for what it's worth, is when we see all 20 questions, all 5 purge questions, and we finish with exactly 5 players. Hasn't been seen for a couple of years now. It's only happened once before. Breakpoint resets to 90%. There are 5 options available as we come into question 17, and they are Fahrenheit 451, Catch 22, Slaughterhouse 5, A Clockwork Orange, Animal Farm. It was love at first sight is the opening line of which 1961 novel? Time. Fahrenheit 451, I want to say Ray Bradbury. Slaughterhouse 5, I should know who wrote that. Clockwork Orange, I can never remember. I always want to say Stanley Kubrick, and then I remember he directed the film. Animal Farm, obviously George Orwell. Catch 22, Joseph Heller, which is also the right answer. Someone put me out of my misery. Who was Slaughterhouse 5 and who was A Clockwork Orange? I should know that. I've only got Joseph Heller up there in the stats. The answer was B, for what it's worth. Kurt Vonnegut, of course it was. C, Kurt Vonnegut. Have I actually read rather than just pretended to have read? I have read Animal Farm. I've got a copy of Catch 22. I'm not sure if I've ever read it. Breakpoint is Anthony Burgess. Of course it is. Anthony Burgess, thank you. Whoa! Monitors. What are you doing? Are we still live? Are we still live? Whoa, okay, what's happened there? Where are we? You can still see and hear me? Okay, well that's a good thing. Well, the game is still running. I'm not getting any feedback either from OBS or from Chrome. But the game is still running, which is good. I ran off to get my phone because it was in the other room. It's the only way I can actually still talk to you because all my Chrome tabs have just stopped. Right, let me start closing things down indiscriminately. That one looks like it's crashed. Okay, Chrome is doing another refresh. Let's reload that one. Let's refresh that one. Let's refresh that one. Okay. Okay, that one's come back live. OBS is still looking quite dead. Let me just go to game no cam, see if that does anything. Okay, it's updating over there, but OBS is well and truly not moving anymore. This game has just purged me. What I might do, I might just restart OBS. Stay there. I'm going to leave the game running. Oh, OBS is flickering again. I'm going to restart OBS, stop streaming, and I'll come right back. The game will still be running. I'll be back in a second.